Hey, so I used to be a pretty avid baseball card collector back in the early 80s, right up through into the early to mid 2000s. Um, for some reason, just life got in the way, and family and house and work and everything else, and got away from the hobby around, I don't know, 2003 maybe, 2004. And my cards have been in storage since then. Well, just a couple weeks ago, New Year's Eve to be exact, I, for whatever reason, had the urge to dig out all my cards. I dug out about 100,000 cards. What you're looking at here is about 50,000 of them that I'm actually going to be getting rid of, all mostly commons and minor stars, rookies, inserts, basically a lot of cards that aren't worth anything. Not sure what I'm going to do with them. Nobody seems to really want them. But anyway, in the last 18 days since New Year's Eve, I've gone through about 100,000 cards. And I just want to make a little video. I'm going to show you today some of my cards from pre-1980 that I pulled out. Some of the cards that I like more so than others. So I'm going to show you those. I'm going to plan on making a few more videos coming out here in the near future. I really have really been getting back into these cards, and I've been looking on eBay. I'm actually going to be buying some cards on eBay, and I'm probably going to make a video on that here pretty soon as well. As I keep pulling out more cards, I will show some more. But for right now, let me show you some cards that I put aside from, they're all from the 70s and earlier. So here we go. So this first card, 1958 Topps, Don Drysdale. It's card number 25. Most of these older cards that I'm going to show you, they're not in great condition. You can see this one's got a little bit of staining on it. I bought most of these cards back in the early 80s. Didn't pay much for them, just thought it was pretty cool to have them. And still do think it's pretty cool to have them, actually. So there's that Drysdale card. Next I have also 1958, a Jim Piersall. Jim Piersall was a pretty regular player, and not a great player, but definitely not too bad either. Boston Red Sox, that's my team. Big Red Sox fan. So I got this 58 Topps. I believe it's number 280. Jim Piersall. He played for several teams, but this is his Red Sox card. Next I'm going to show you is the 1961 Babe Ruth hits 60th homer card. Now, this is my only Ruth card, so I think it's pretty cool. It's a nice looking card. Though I have been looking at these 2018 Topps Living, the Topps Living card set, which I really like. And the Babe Ruth card in there is really nice. I'm thinking about buying one of those. But as of right now, this is my only Babe Ruth card, and it's number 401 of the 1961 Topps set. Next, I have a 1960 Duke Snider. Card is number 493. I just think that's a pretty cool looking card. And of course, Duke Snider, he was a great player. Next, I'm going to show you an 1962 Whitey Ford. Card is number 310. Just a nice little card. I don't know, just another card that I just thought was pretty cool to have. Next up, another one of my Red Sox, one of my players that I liked a lot as a kid growing up. Probably one of my favorite players, Carl Yastrzemski. This is a 1964. Card is number 210. And that's just a really nice card. I really like that card. Just like the style of it. And actually this card here is in actually pretty good shape. So next up I have two 1965 cards. The first one, this is in real nice shape. Willie Stargell, number 377. And 1964 National League batting leaders featuring Roberto Clemente and Hank Aaron mainly, and also with Rico Cardi. That is card number 2 of the 1965 Topps series. Just a neat card, really glad I have it. Next up, one of the greatest players ever to play the game, in my opinion, Willie Mays, 1967 Topps. Another card that I have that's in pretty good condition for the age of it. That's card number 200 of the 1967 Topps. Next, you'll see 1967 Hank Aaron. Card is number 250 of the set. It's pretty off-center, as you can see. Otherwise not too bad, but it is really off-center. But again, I was a kid when I was buying these cards, and you know, I was in high school and middle school. Wasn't really too concerned on condition, although you know, I didn't have a lot of money to spend on cards, and I was just happy to have these older cards. You know, they were older at the time. When I was buying them, 1982, 83, 84, you know, these cards were still old then. And I was just glad to have them. Coming up, I have a 1969 Reggie Jackson. This is his rookie card, number 260. And again, this card is really off-center. There's definitely some staining to it. And the corners have some wear as well. But I wouldn't have this card otherwise. As a Red Sox fan, I hated Reggie Jackson. But he was a great player. Always came through in the clutch. And boy, when the Red Sox played the Yankees and there was a close game, and you know, I just hated to see Jackson coming up to the plate. And usually he came through too. Anyway, next we have a 1972 Topps. It's a Joe Morgan. The card is number 132. It's just a neat looking card. I just like, I don't know, it's just a weird kind of funky design on those 72. Definitely had the psychedelic look to it, that set. And I have this Joe Morgan card. It is in really nice shape actually, and just a pretty cool card. Next up, another one of my favorite players growing up, Jim Rice. This is the 1975 Topps Rookie Outfielders. Card is number 616. This card is in great shape. And 1975, that year, those cards are hard to come by in, you know, mint condition or really nice condition. This one seems to be in really good condition. Not sure. At some point I'm going to look into getting some cards graded. I don't know about too many of these, but I will be getting a lot of my cards graded at some point. That's something I have to look into. Back in the early 2000s, grading was just really starting to come around with cards, and it wasn't really, I notice now it seems to be all the rage, and I kind of like it myself, so I'm going to go through at some point and pull out a bunch of my cards that I want to go through and send in for grading. So this might be one of them, but I don't know yet. And the last one I'm going to show you is another Jackson card, 1978, Topps, Reggie Jackson. This is when he was on the Yankees. And it's card number 200 of the 1978 set. So again, that's it. That's just a few of them. Some of the ones that I pulled out. And again, I'm going to be going through these more, and I'm going to, maybe next time I'll bring up some of the better cards from the 80s. Different years, I'm not sure yet, but I'll make another video with some more of the cards that I have. And again, I'm gonna be putting in an order on eBay and other places where I'm gonna stop buying cards too, and I'll show those as well. So that's it for now.